drinks, get your bourbon, get whatever you're drinking, settle in, stretch a little bit. You and I are going to budge for the next hour. Maybe put on a fancy shirt for you. Hey, all love today, all love today. And make sure you share the show. I'm going to finish up my notes for you. Back my neck a little bit. We'll be back in 4:25. That, my friends, is how we do this. That's how we get started here on this Friday, this amazing July 26th, 9 a.m. U.S. Central, as if you don't have a clock in front of you right now. Good morning, sexy. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I know you're watching or you're listening because we're going to resyndicate this on the podcast later. It's your boy, Patrick Allman from Stop Doing Nothing, stopdoingnothing.com, stopdoingnothing.media. Just bought a new domain for the website as we switch over all the branding. How are you doing? It's a real genuine question. How are you feeling this morning? Energy can ebb and flow, as I'm sure you've learned. Energy can ebb and flow. And some days I know I feel or I may appear to be like really hyped up, but I'm really dragging on the inside. Today I'm kind of mid-level energy, but I want to check in with you and see how your energy is doing. How are you feeling? Did you get up? Did you have your morning water, your morning coffee? Did you start off stretching? Did you have a healthy beginning to your day? These are all things that really matter. They're the reason I can even wake up and get stuff done. So I'm just kind of curious. Share with me in the comments or text in right there with your energy. For those of you watching for the very, very first time, number one, where the heck have you been? And number two, it's Patrick Allman from Stop Doing Nothing. I am working on doing a live show 3 days a week for you. I can't remember if I did one Wednesday. I know I did one Monday and had a really good turnout. And what's really cool about things like this, when you want to talk to people and share really smart stuff, is it grows over time. And I appreciate that. And that comes from you. So thank you for watching, number one. And also do me a favor, like, share, subscribe. Do all those things you do on social media if you want to hear my content above some of the other noise that you hear on social media. Okay? That's all I ask for is just a quick subscribe on YouTube. YouTube is the big one. Text in, I'll add you to the email list, or like and share on Facebook and Twitch. Those are the three main places: YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Today is what, Friday, July 26th. Man, the year still over halfway over. We didn't go back in time. How'd that work out? Wow, it is flying by fast. And I kid you not, that they say as you get older, like time flies by faster. That is 100% true. I really, as I was looking at my show notes today, I thought, oh goodness gracious, we're just getting into July. I was kind of the king of wishful thinking when it comes to my teacher friends as summer wraps up here. And I know we're slowly getting back into school mode, but really in my head, in the back of my head, you ever have a different kind of impression of time? That's how I was feeling this morning. It's like, oh, teachers got a whole other month and they don't have to do anything. Nope. It's teacher time. I know my teacher friends are slowly ramping down vacations, and some of them are probably virtually flipping me off because they don't want to be reminded about it. But yeah, it's getting to be the end of summer. Whew. Man, time is flying by. I hope your day is going well. Like I said, make sure while you're listening and watching, you're stretching, you're doing all the good things to set yourself up for a good day. You know what? I can already feel, as soon as I said that, I already felt like a sneeze coming in. So I may have to mute and sneeze later. And by the way, if you do want to get updates, or if you want to share how your day is going, or just tell me you're watching, leave a comment or text us right there. There's the number right there on the phone. Let's see if I can get this backwards. 405-217-4752. That should be a song. 405-217-405-217-4752. I did a jingle. If anybody's a songwriter, I need a jingle for that right there. Oklahoma City, the weather is good today. What are we looking at? 77. Here is the weather. I got a good day ahead planned here at the agency. And a good weekend with my friends. And hopefully you've got some stuff coming up for you too. Coming up. Tell me your location. I'm just kind of curious your location and how the weather is where you're doing. I feel bad for my Arizona, my Las Vegas friends. Things are always painful heat-wise there. We got a couple of things to talk about today. The first thing, I kind of have, I always work on a show agenda for you. But the first thing was something that just accidentally popped up on my iPad. I'm really trying to use my iPad to dump all my really good thoughts in. And that's where I go when I'm working on the show notes in the morning for you. And so I'm popping into my iPad, my iPad. I can't remember what I have here for you Apple people. You probably want to know exactly what kind of iPad. You know what? It's an iPad. There's a pencil. That's all that matters, okay? And I'm trying to live and die by the saying more than the actual laptop. But I put a bunch of really cool thoughts in my iPad. If I see like a really good Facebook post or a really good either sentence or idea or thought or mindset, if I see that, I will try to capture it someplace. and it'll go on my iPad or it'll go on ClickUp. And I accidentally found one today as I was working on your notes, and I wanted to read it to you because I can't remember when did I put this? When did I save this? This is 2000. Well, it shows updated 2024, so that's not fair. But I must have saved this in 2022 or 2023 one time, and I want to share this with you. So, whatever you're doing right now, focus for a second as I share this with you. Okay, it's a very important read. And if you want the actual text of this, let me know, and I will get it online someplace. Or considering I probably copied it offline someplace, online to offline someplace. I'm sure it can be found online too. But listen to this. This is really, really good. To paraphrase physicist David Bohm, the mind creates the world and then says, I didn't do it. That's a phrase you have to think about for a little bit. We're going to get a little bit deeper into it. In other words, the mind conjures a narrative around whatever is happening, meaning, this is great, that is boring, I need to get that, life is unfair, he's the only one that understands me, and so on and so on and so on. Whatever meaning there is in your life about anything, it was entirely created by your mind. Interpretation, that what is happening in the world goes through this filter and this filter before it and it may not be real. There's a separation between reality sometimes and your interpretation of what is going on. And there's a whole thing here I'm going to read. Give me a second. If I do it. Okay, we may have one or two more in there, but for now, we're done. Whatever the meaning there is in your mind, life is about. Whatever meaning there is in your life about anything, it was entirely created by your mind. And then the mind reacts to that reality as if it is real. Okay, I think I might be done sneezing. I should know better than go live with um without having my morning sneezing fit, which is something I do every single day and have done since high school. It's amazing. Usually somewhere between 4 to 8 sneezes. And then the mind reacts to it as if it is real. In other words, your mind, it fights against the boredom. It tries to overcome the unfair. It gets nervous before the game. It gets frustrated and excited during the game, and then feels elated or depressed depending on how the game ends. All of it is completely made up. Okay? But the mind doesn't realize that because it's too busy fighting with its own projection. In this way, the mind is the great movie theater of life. It creates memory and meaning, a past and a future, things to do and things to avoid. But all of it is just a hallucination, a mental story superimposed upon the world. When you realize this for yourself, you become free of the hallucination. The hallucination may not go away, but you are no longer fooled by it. You are able to enjoy and play with it because it no longer makes sense for you to take it seriously. It opens you up to life and makes you feel alive because you no longer need to spend your life trying to desperately get somewhere or become something. In other words, one more pause here real quick. I don't want to blow out headphones for people that are listening on headphones. Because you no longer need to spend your life trying to desperately get somewhere or become something. Okay, you learn to enjoy small, ordinary moments in between the big moments, and you realize it's really all just small, ordinary moments. You stop avoiding uncomfortable feelings, which frees you of having to avoid or think about them. And best of all, your mind stops being a tyrannical, inconsistent, and selfish ruler who is hell bent on you being the hero of your supposedly glorious life story. Instead, it becomes a useful servant that assists you when it is needed, but disappears when it is not. The mind is one of the most amazing things in existence, but most of us never receive the instruction manual, and dang it, isn't that truth? So, that is, look for this quote by physicist Dan Bohm, B-O-H-M. And that's where I found all of this, and I must have thought it was brilliant. Actually, I did think it was brilliant. I still do. A while back, I decided to copy the text and save it here I do that a lot. I save off a lot of good stuff as we all do sometimes, and you just forget you have it. And that's what I'm going to have to highlight and read a little bit more. And again, it just kind of seemed appropriate, especially in my theme today, which is inaction, in space action over inaction. But yeah, that was just kind of cool right there. So David Bohm, Bohm. Let's check for any incoming text messages real quick. Anything going on in the world? Because you know what? I love hearing from you guys. I really do, and I love my shows to be interactive. Okay, really quick, what do I have coming up this weekend? As you know, if you follow the show, we're going to cover a little bit of life and happiness, like we just did, and talk a little bit about business. And if you pop in with a topic or you text me in with a topic, we'll talk about that too. This weekend, what do I have going on? Let me see what is going on this week. Oh, as you know, I'm a big fan of fitness, and my regular Saturday morning thing is usually at 9:15. I go to downtown Oklahoma City and we climb the stairs in the tower. And I won't be on that topic too much because I could really go down that rabbit hole. But we really go to the Bank First Tower in downtown Oklahoma City, which is one of the top three downtown buildings, height wise, altitude wise, or stair wise, story wise, excuse me, story wise, 35 stories. I know exactly. And we climbed that thing three times and change in honor of the September 11 victims and the firefighters, specifically the firefighters who gave their lives in that whole effort there. Tomorrow morning is interesting because my buddy David Trowbridge says we're doing this at 7:30 tomorrow. So, 9:15 to be downtown and in fitness clothes and to get moving at 9:15, that's already pretty early for some of you. Okay, for me it's not. I really try to stick to a 5 or 6 o'clock wake up and get moving. But 7:30, which means I'm probably going to have to be downtown by 7:15, which means I'm probably going to have to leave the house about 6:45, if not a little bit earlier. So tomorrow is a super early day. But David and I were texting, and I was saying, you know what? I like the early stuff. I like it when life is hard early, and you can make all the innuendos and all the jokes you want there. But I'm okay with waking up early. When I was I have to, I was in CrossFit, so you have to talk about CrossFit. That's the first rule of Fight Club, and being a pilot and being CrossFit is you have to talk about it, or else it isn't real. When I was in CrossFit, I believe there was the CrossFit class I would go to was 5:30. Somebody who's here in Oklahoma City, let me know if that was right. CrossFit Coda Deer Creek. I believe the first class was at 5:30. So people are walking in 5:15, 5:20, stretching, and the just it's early exercise is mentally and physically painful, but man, you will have an amazing day afterwards. So that is my tomorrow morning thing. If you're any of my friends or family that are trying to get a hold of me, or business partners trying to get a hold of me at 7:30, I'll be sweating to the stairs. And then I'm really looking forward to that for this reason right here, is the fact that later in the day I'm getting together with some buddies of mine. Um, I'm getting together with some buddies of mine, and we're playing poker and having drinks and eating pizza. And this is another topic I want to talk to you about here. Is we're having pizza and we're all in email discussing the appropriate and inappropriate pizza agreements. I'm just checking my levels here. If you're watching, leave a comment. Let me know if you can hear me or not. Um, the little bars on the thing here are doing weird things. So I want to make sure it's all working okay. But my buddies and I are getting together for some pizza, poker, and what else? Usually good food. And we've been in email, we've been going back and forth about what the pizza toppings are that should be. And I'm kind of curious, do you have any absolutely must have pizza toppings or absolutely must not have pizza toppings? My take on this is, hold on, another. Yeah, at this point in time, I think my nose is just screwing with me because it knows I'm live and I'm talking to you. Yeah, I'm just kind of curious. Do you have any must have pizza toppings or must not have pizza toppings? I have one that is very controversial. A lot of people I know don't like the fact that I like pineapple on my pizza. Okay? And I know this is going to start a rumble. This is going to be a Crips versus a Bloods kind of thing. This is going to start a big fight, but I genuinely like pineapple on my pizza. And not the cold pineapple, the warm cooked pineapple. And I think it gives it, kind of a sweet, tangy accent to it versus all the other greasy, spicy stuff on there. Now, outside of that, I like my pizza to have as much meat as possible on it. Cheese, I'm okay on. Crust, thin. Okay, I'm not going to say I like things gluten free or I'm anti carb, but I eat pizza for the toppings. I don't eat pizza for the crust. Okay, I love the fact that we invented this cool thing called pizza, and it's basically bread. It's basically cooked bread with all these kind of toppings on it. But no, I am really aiming for as much meat as possible. And what's really cool is some of these places now have crustless pizza, which basically they just take all the ingredients they put on a pizza and they drop it into a metal pan and they give it to you and it comes cooked. So basically you get a pan of cheesy meat. It's awesome. So let me know if you have any must have or must not have. Oh, anchovies. So as much as I love pineapple on my pizza, screw them anchovies. You will never see an anchovy on a pizza I will eat ever. And I will take that one to the grave, my folks, okay? It's like I said, when you wake up and you have a good energy, all kinds of things cool happen. And I had a mindset thing. This is one of my fancier shirts, and this has been in the closet for a while. It was under plastic wrap this morning, and I pulled it out for you. And a lot of us save stuff like this. We save our good clothes, we save our good things. You have good china, you have good glasses, you have good wine glasses, you have good shoes. When I was younger, I loved to really save that stuff for those really special occasions. And then you know what? One of the many, many lessons I learned from someone else is why are you saving your good stuff for special occasions? And that's something I want you to take away from today's live is why are you saving your good clothes or your good dress or your good shoes or your good outfits? Why are you saving that for the special occasion? Why isn't it something you use every single day? I forgot I love this shirt. I can't remember where I bought this shirt. It was probably a nice bargain someplace, knowing me. But I absolutely love this shirt. And I probably got it dry cleaned months. I don't know how many months ago, and it's been sitting under the plastic from the dry cleaners, being all nice and laid out and smooth for a special occasion. Hasn't been touched. And you know what? I could die at any point in time, and I have no idea if I'll be able to wear this shirt again. Now, I'm not saying you wear the good stuff because you're going to die, but as you go forward in life today and going forward in the next week, when you look at some of the good stuff you have in special cabinets and have behind glass, and you have in special areas where you don't want dust to get on them, like the good china. Did you grow up in the kind of household I did, where we had the good china and we had the good dishes, and those were special occasions, and you didn't use those unless guests were coming over? So if guests came over twice a year, you got to take out the good china and the good plates and the good cups and use those. But outside of that, don't touch those. You can dust them, you can wash them every now and then, but you can't use them. Let's stop doing that, please. Can we? Let's start using the good stuff. Wear the good shirt. Wear the good shoes, the good dresses. Use the good stuff in your life that you bought. Use it until it's used up. Use me until you use me up, baby. That's my mindset. I have to remember every day is just use the good stuff. Take advantage of it because we have no idea how long we'll be on this planet. And let's admit it, this is a good looking shirt right here. Let me see. And also I'm kind of curious, my viewer audience here. I know probably a lot of you, if not all of you, use social media, right? So we're all addicted to Twitter, and Facebook's the world, but it's really weird. Not a lot of people that follow me use Reddit. And I'm kind of curious, are you a Reddit user? And if you are a Reddit user, which subreddits do you subscribe to? And how do they make up that name, Reddit, too? I have no idea. Reddit is actually my favorite social media network. It doesn't get the most reach. It may not be the one I use the most, but it is absolutely my favorite because it lets you niche down on what kind of things you want in your brain. Facebook, you just get Here's my take on how the internet has evolved when it comes to socialization. Back in the day, because I was a back in the day kind of guy, we had bulletin boards, and your nerdy buddy down the street would host a bulletin board, and he had a special phone line he could call into it on. You could call into it. It wasn't his main phone line, but you call into this special number. The modem picked it up, and you were connected to the bulletin board, and you could have discussions. You could do the equivalent of emails. You could do all these kind of cool things on it while you were connected to it. And then we kind of evolved to where we were on the internet and the AOLs of the world, and we had something called forums. And you could join an aviation forum or a fitness forum. And a forum was basically a website that was focused on a particular topic. So, back in the day, I would focus on airplane forums, aviation forums, military forums, fitness forums, business forums, programming forums. We lived in a very topic central world back then when the internet was first kind of coming to fruition. And I'm glad to say that I've been around long enough that as we transition from kind of private hosted communities to the internet, I was a part of that. And then we came out with the Facebooks. Okay. And the Facebooks, I'm just kind of using this as a general classification of these types of businesses and services out there. Then we came out with the Facebooks. And the Facebooks of the world and the LinkedIns of the world and the Twitters of the world were more person centric. In other words, things were not organized in a hierarchy of topics. They were organized in a hierarchy of people, which meaning John followed Patrick, and Patrick followed Kelly, and Kelly followed John, and John followed Kelly. And it made us more interested in the person versus their thoughts and feelings. And that, to me, it's kind of a double-edged sword. I mean, if you're watching, then you know what, it's probably working out very well for me, so I shouldn't complain too much. But it's made us focus more and more and more on being personally impressive versus us having discussions about topics that matter. And this gets us, to the whole concept of the cult of personality, which is what we're in right now. That really is what we're in, whether it's politics or social media. And so I'm just kind of curious. Number one, do you use Reddit? If not, why not? And you really should consider it, because you can niche down there and find topics that you really like and you really want to focus on. When I look at the Reddits I belong to, I'm going to pull up my Reddit feed right here. I'm going to pull up my Reddit feed right here. Let me see. What topics do I like to cover? Do I like to talk about on Reddit? Let's go to my homepage. Motivation, obviously. OKC, which is where I live. I have one called, let me see, what do I have here? News, motivation. I know I've got some aviation stuff here. Go High Level, which is the CRM I recommend. Live from New York. So I'm a big SNL fan. CrossFit, even though I don't do CrossFit anymore, I really do like it. Top Talent, which is where you people post things of, just really people have incredible skills. Black Magic Fuckery. Yeah. So I don't see any aviation, not much changing my view, which is, I really like changing my view because I'm interested in how we debate and have discourse as human beings. And changing my view is an area where people have a lot of legitimate, heated discussions, but it's more like online debate class. Remember, like in junior high school or high school, or probably even in college, when you had debate class, you had to come up with a logical argument to convince a logical, non-emotional argument to convince someone of your point. That's what Change My View is. Poverty Finance, which shows you how to do a lot of stuff really cheap. Alexa, because I better be careful. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those buddies in my house. I have 5 Alexas and 2 Siris. And I got to be careful when I say that because those things will come on. And I forgot to spell them. I should have said I have 5 ALEXAs and 2 SIRIs. Specifically in the office here, I actually have 2 of the SIRIs because I use them for stereo music. And then I have, way behind me, I have 1 ALEXA. But yeah, marketing is another one. Fitness 30 plus, because I'm obviously a 30 plus and I am definitely fitness. But yeah, if you're ever interested in, if you ever just kind of get sick and tired of Twitter and Facebook, and I don't have to ask if you're sick or tired of it. I don't know anybody who isn't sick of tired of Twitter and Facebook and things like that. I mean, I just everybody I know is tired of those. But you like being online because you like being a part of discussions and you like learning. Excuse me, itch. Um, then go check out Reddit, and you can, whether you're someone like I said who's into fitness, or if you're into construction, or if you're into cars, or if you're into Mustangs in cars, or if you're into classic Mustangs under cars. There are, I don't know how many subreddits there are. There are thousands upon thousands. Like, I'm not talking like 1 or 2 thousand. I'm talking probably, I would imagine there's 50,000 plus, and that's strictly a guess. Okay, that is strictly a. Ugh, nose is acting up today. Okay, you're gonna get on Reddit, and we're gonna talk about that at some point in time. Um, earlier to earlier to On the Monday show, I was talking to you about a speaking event I had, a virtual speaking event. There is a really great group that white labels Go High Level, the CRM our agency recommends, and they invited me to speak. And I was talking about the importance of pre-sales in marketing and dashboard and reporting. And if you want to know more about that, please reach out to me via text or via email, or just DM me on social media. That speaking event, I could have probably done better, but then again, I'm very harsh on myself when it comes to presenting in public speaking events. Is no matter how much I do it, I think if you had given me I one more day, I could have spent another 24 hours preparing. If you'd given me one more week, I would have done that. If you would have given me one more month, I would have done that. It's it's very much the concept that Lorne Michaels um, said when it comes to SNL, which is, the show doesn't start the show doesn't go on when it's ready. The show goes on at midnight. That's when the show, it doesn't matter if it's ready or not. It goes on, and they'll figure it out along the way. I will work on a presentation for weeks and for months. Early, not very hard in the beginning, but a little bit harder as you get closer to the event. But I'm just constantly refining things and constantly trying to memorize things and constantly trying to insert things to make sure my audience understands what I'm sharing. So no matter how much time you give me to present, I'm going to be spending that time consuming that. So that Go High Level event went very well, from what I understand. I've received a little bit of feedback on it, but if you're somebody who's in the marketing world or in the Go High Level world, check it out. Check out some of the previous posts on my timeline. That event's actually still going on right now. It's live right now, concurrently with this live. Okay, so I don't have my link for. I think it might be high level. Let me see. Is it highlevelexperts.com/Patrick? I can't remember what it is, but go check it out. I posted about it on my Facebook timeline recently. If you want to learn more about Go High Level for only $1. And it's not my event, it's somebody else's event, but there are a bunch of brilliant speakers in there that you need to know about. And lastly, I do want to talk a little bit about business. I know you came for fun, but I want to talk a little bit more about business on our side. If you are somebody who, let's see, what's the best way to put this? I'm not talking about someone who is just starting their business. I'm talking about someone who's probably 6 to 10 months in their business, and you are very disorganized when it comes to tracking your leads, when it comes to tracking your contact data, when it comes to scaling. If you're just finding that whole data management thing, keeping up with past clients, keeping up with future clients, how to make sure people get what they want, get what they need, you need us, okay? You need the Playmakers, which program is it? Playmakers Accelerate program, okay? Playmakers Accelerate program is our mastermind where, you're obviously going to pay us a fee every month, but we will get on Zoom multiple times a month, and we will basically talk about how to manage your leads, how to do more in your business with automation, how to scale with automation, how to get a Facebook ad campaign up and running easily. I'm good enough at Facebook ads now that I can get a campaign up and running in a day if I have to. I've just learned so much, made so many mistakes over the years. If you want if you ever want to talk to Patrick on a regular basis in a group environment about how to automate things, how to build forms, how to build your website better using obviously our tool, our white labeled Playmakers tool, hit me up sometime. Text me. I'll give you some more information if you text here at the number on the screen, the 405-217-4752. If you ever want to talk high level on a regular basis, pop into our mastermind. And I'll give you a link if you want to know how to get into it. But it's something fairly new that I'm starting up. And after this, as a matter of fact, even after this, I'm going to be working on the content for that and making sure that environment and that community, it works out better for you. If you don't need our paid help and you still want to learn more about high level, check out our free private community at I call it the High Level Elite Group, and that's at stopdoingnothing.com/elite. Is that right? Yes, stopdoingnothing.com/elite, ELITE. That's a free community. You can join right now and see some of the advanced discussions we're having over there. We're talking about some API work, which I need to get better at myself. We're talking about custom object work. We're talking about reporting and dashboard over there. So I created the community myself, and I kind of have it sectioned into different groups. And one of them is the API group. One of them is custom object, which is in beta. One of them is reporting and dashboards. And I think I have a few others. I didn't go too crazy, but we just went over 100 community members yesterday. So every single day I'm getting people joining, and for some reason I had a huge influx of probably 20 yesterday. But that is our private community, and it basically works just like a Facebook. It's kind of a combination of Facebook, but a little bit more of the old school forums. And this is going to run on the high level platform, our version of the high level platform. And you know what? You get all the benefits of socializing. You get the benefits of having a community which kind of locks down and keeps you focused on the topic. And you get off Facebook, which is what we all want. Okay, so we've got the mastermind program, Playmakers Accelerate. If you actually need to hire us, we've got a really good program called Playmakers Ascension, where we just kind of take over your marketing and make you look good. And that's what we do here at Focus. See, I almost said Focus Digital when I really want to say Stop Doing Nothing Media. That's a different mindset that I have to get used to. A decision I've made over the past couple of months is to put everything under the brand name of Stop Doing Nothing. But I still got to remember I've got allaboutfocus.com, right? So I've got to keep up on that. That is what we have for you today, my friends. My goal with each show is to get started at 9 o'clock and go through my entire agenda of things. And let's make sure I did that. You are going to subscribe and share, right? You're going to subscribe on YouTube, and you're going to share this on social media. You're going to text in if you want to hear, even after the show's over. So even when this is not live, if you're watching a recording and you have a topic or a debate for a future show, you can text me at 405-217-4752. And let's see if it's a good topic, and there may be a chance for us to work together. We talked about that David Bohm quote. Let's just cover the beginning of that again. The mind conjures a narrative around whatever is happening, and then the mind reacts to that reality as if it is real. Okay? So the whole point there, remember, is there's a separation between what's going on in the physical world and what gets pulled inside here. And all the stuff in between them, including your eyes and overthinking, is what kind of really screws you up with that. So you have to be really careful about that. What you think is reality in your mind often is not literally the reality. The reality is very likely something completely different. So we covered that. Pizza this weekend. I still, even if on the recording, I still would love to hear your must-have ingredients and your must-not-have ingredients. Pineapple, yay. Fish, no. Boo. And you're going to get on Reddit sometime. So check that out, my friends, okay? As always, I love doing this for you. If you haven't done so, subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Twitch, subscribe on Facebook. Is my little thing gonna act up? Okay, is my little buttons they're gonna behave? Yep, yeah. You're definitely gonna subscribe, and follow this account on different things. You're definitely gonna say hello in the comments, if you will. Okay, just say hello in the comments if you watch the recording. And you want to maybe be on next week's show, or you want to text in and share some information with us. And outside of that, my friends, thank you very much for watching. Give yourselves a round of applause as you go into this quarter and you do amazing, great things. Okay, I know I wish nothing but the best for you, and just try to keep your head on straight. Realize the world is not coming to an end. As much as the news would like to tell us that, and as much as politicians would like to tell us that, the world, especially here in the U.S. with our presidential election right now, the world is not coming to an end, and there is not any candidate that is your savior, and there's also not any candidate who's going to ruin the country. Okay, the country is still comprised of us, the people. Okay, the citizens of the company, and we determine the success of the country, and we determine the failure of the country. I've always 100% believed that, even when I was in the military, which has been a few decades ago. So thank you for those of you that watch live. Thank you for those of you that watch the recording. I am going to hop off, finish my healthy protein drink / coffee drink here, and make it through the day. And then it's gym night tonight, back and legs, two of my favorite body parts. Okay. See you on the podcast. See you on the show on Monday. And you have an amazing day. I love every single one of you. And let's keep working to, resolve some of the division issues we've had recently. Okay. I was out walking this morning and ran into a lady with a dog. We had a very brief conversation, but it was a neighbor I had never seen before. We just had a very good conversation. Probably has a different mindset than me when it comes to politics, but we bonded over our mutual love of canines. And Emma was the dog. I got to meet a dog named Emma in my neighborhood this morning. I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, you have a great Friday, and we will see you on Monday's show. Love you. Take care.